Hey guys, so today I want to talk about Double Play, which is my book that's going to be releasing in January. And I have some really exciting things later. I'm going to give you a sneak peek at the back cover and the really beautiful artwork that there is there. And this is the only place you're going to be able to see that until Double Play releases in January. And to talk about Double Play, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. So many of you know kind of the background of Playing for Keeps. It was the first straight romance that I had written, and I wrote a lot of projects. A lot of those projects that I have romance in them. Every project that I've ever written has strong romantic plots in them because I am a big sucker for romance. So when I wrote Playing for Keeps, I wrote it kind of for fun. It was sort of an experiment. And when I first started writing it, I knew there were going to be a lot of football players in it, and I didn't want to have to do the work of naming all those football players for an experiment. So I took the lazy way out and I posted on Facebook, and I asked if any of my friends there on Facebook would like to be named in a book. And the first person who answered that post was my cousin David. And so he got to be the prestigious best friend of Anthony. And at the time that I named Anthony's best friends, DJ, Sean, and David, I did not think that there were going to be more books like Playing for Keeps. And so I didn't think a whole lot about their names, actually. There's something you should know about writers is we are not the only people who read our projects. We have to get other people to have eyes on it before it goes into the publishing, I shouldn't be at a loss for words. I'm a writer. Into the whole publishing machinery. And I usually have 4 to 5 readers read it before I even submit it to my editor. And this was the case with Playing for Keeps. Actually, I believe a lot more people than 4 or 5 saw it because it was my very first submission and I wanted to make it shiny and pretty. And every single person who beta read that book for me told me how much they loved David and how they really hoped that he had a story. And at the time he didn't have a story at all. There was nothing in my head. And so I just had to let that sit as I edited Playing for Keeps. But then as Playing for Keeps got accepted and we went into the whole publishing mode for that, as I was waiting to hear from Covenant about Playing for Keeps, it struck me who David should be with. And here's where I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the back cover, and you can read that, and then we can talk about who David ends up with a little bit. We can talk about it a little bit. So how much do you guys love the baseball lacings on the back cover? Because I think that might be my favorite part of the cover. That and the lettering for double. I love it. I love it so much. So, do you guys remember Sophie? Because Sophie had like 3 mentions maybe in Playing for Keeps. I honestly can't remember. I have not read Playing for Keeps since I did the galley copies of it a year ago or more. A year ago, I don't know. So, Sophie is the main character of this book. I love Sophie with all of my heart. And I've had many people ask me about the cover for Double Play because it's very different than the Playing for Keeps cover. And I can explain it in one word, and that's Sophie is a fashionista. And me and Sophie share a love of clothes. And I injected a little bit of that into Sophie, and that was really fun. It's fun, and I really hope you guys like Double Play. So I really can't wait for you guys to enjoy Double Play. It's one of my favorite stories, and I will see you all soon.